Hello there, today I have mini LEGO Transformers animated Soundwave. As you saw, the back is empty. This is just due to how he has to transform and just to have less kibble. And I mean less kibble in robot mode. And this is the underside. And you might have noticed I used the bigger wheels. This is because it just looks better on him. And this is horribly out of scale with the other figures. Just because of how he has to be scale accurate in robot mode. And as you know, I favor robot mode. So, I was gonna say so without a further ado. I don't know what I was gonna say after that, but here we have, this is Laserbeak. I didn't build Ratbat because Ratbat's basically just a reskin of this. It can tab in onto the top, like the figure. And there's not a lot of the blue like veining going throughout the vehicle, or the light, whatever you want to call it. It's only like there on each side. It's not a lot. It's also it looks pretty kind of unrecognizable because of it, to me personally. And yeah, I guess that's all there is to say about this mode, so let's go to the size comparisons. Here are all of my animated builds, and as you can probably tell, Soundwave is horribly out of scale. In this mode, Soundwave is about 9 studs long, and he is about 4 or 5 studs tall. Laserbeak is about 11.5 studs long. Here he is with some Lego stuff. And finally, here he is with some Hasbro stuff. Alright, transformation. Let me just get some stuff out of the way first. It's kind of like the actual figure. Just split the front. Fold these back if you want. That's just kind of an extra hinge for articulation. And flip that forward. And swivel these back. And yeah, that's basically Laserbeak done. First thing we need to do is remove some sections. So first thing we're gonna do is, yeah, there's technically parts for me, but it's also just kind of accessory storage. You pop this part off, and you might notice that is mini Soundwave. Without these mini Soundwaves, here and here, which I'm gonna take off screen, the front of the vehicle mode would be pretty gappy. And there are multiple Soundwaves, mini Soundwaves, so this is accurate. And in the show, he's actually formed out of multiple robots. Not specifically these, but he is formed out of multiple robots. So those are my excuses that this is kind of accurate and cool. But at the end of the day, it's just laziness. Well, it's not really laziness. I guess I just couldn't figure out how to fill out those gaps. Anyway, it's just because this is just the best solution. Yeah. Never mind me taking these off screen. I guess I will. Whatever. Let's swivel these wheel sections forward and then slide that out. And once you remove those things, it's pretty gappy as you can see. But anyway, in order to continue the transformation, you have to swivel these front sections back down. And then continue swiveling that down. Just unfold everything. Yeah, just unfold everything. And once you do unfold everything, it should look something like this. And you're going to swivel these pieces on bars out to the side. Once you've got the legs done, you're going to swivel this. I'm going to swivel this down. Or I'm just going to pop it out. Just pop it out of his socket, because that's literally what's happening. Just fold that door piece down. The corner of these pieces will pop this out of the connection joint, but honestly, I don't care. And, okay. So, then, like the actual figure, you fold those down and then swivel this around and just straighten this out. The legs never seem to be like straight to me. I'm gonna try to leave those alone. But swivel that down, and then you hinge that up. Make sure his arm doesn't pop off. Actually, yeah, that's the transformation done. Yeah, he looks okay. Yeah, let me just get this out of the way. This is obviously protruding out of his chest. Reference to G1? Who knows? It's basically just a storage for these guys if you don't want them to just be hanging off of the front of the vehicle. So, you can thank me for that. And, yeah, here's Soundwave. It is, it's his robot mode. I was gonna describe it with something, but it's just his robot mode. I couldn't think of anything in time. But yeah, most of the pieces aren't where they're supposed to be, like these on his ankles or these in his knees. How am I supposed to do that? And these on the front of his shoulders. Close enough. It's close enough. At least these door panels are on his arms. At least most of the transformation is actually the same, and at least he does have those circle details on his shoulders. And yeah, the head looks a bit weird. I thought it would look accurate because of how wide the bottom part of his head is. I think it does a good enough job. Those studs represent the boom boxes behind his head. Yeah. Articulation, ball joint. Yep. If you don't bend it the wrong way, it will not pop off. This is actually kind of a pretty stable figure. Let me get a higher camera angle. He has a full swivel due to transformation, and a elbow, and in some orientations it can't go back like this one because of the kibble. Yeah, he doesn't have any fingers or hands really. His legs can kick forward that far, and yeah, he also has no head articulation, but back that far. And technically, this joint right here is the knee, not this section down here. Technically, that's the knee, and in order to get full range of that, you need to swivel this panel out of the way, and you can get like a full knee bend. But I don't like how that looks. Just lifting that out, it looks too chubby, so I fold that back in. And Soundwave doesn't really use his knees a lot in the show anyway. And if he didn't have a windshield behind him, he would have a full waist swivel, but he only has that tiny little turn. Turns ever so slightly like that. It's a pretty useless waist swivel, but it is a waist swivel nonetheless. And it does have some sort of bicep swivel. I don't know really what to make of that. And I guess an ankle pivot, whatever. He can hold... oh yeah, laser beak articulation. Fold, head, back and forth, that's it. Yeah, just transform it real quick. You can, in fact, make Soundwave play the guitar. So let me just set that up real quick. It's supposed to tap onto this stud on Laserbeak's head. Laserbeak's head is also pretty abstract. But, yeah, that's really the only connection joint. And to reposition the arms, and Soundwave plays the guitar. Yeah, this looks so good. Yep. You can also connect it to this piece lower, so I guess it's more accurate. I don't know. I don't know how to hold guitars or anything like that. It just looks remotely like that, so yeah. And you could also probably tell I didn't bother much to make Soundwave. I mean, Laserbeak too accurate. Lego stuff. He's about 8.5 studs tall. Hasbro figures. And here are the rest of my animated figures, and I'll see you guys next time.